Okay, so I went and I looked at this piece of machinery and it looked really good, so I will be watching it to bid on it. But I'm out here in my small owned hayfield, I guess, my only owned hayfield, but just trying to piddle around and see where we're at, because I was thinking about cutting tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to though. It's pretty, well, it's recovering first of all, so I'm happy this stuff came up nice. I hope all of it comes back like that. This little bit of a struggle here coming up, and Tate's watering it, so that's good. It's positive. This year is gonna suffer a little bit. I'm gonna lose a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be detrimental. But man, I'm not so sure now. Well, see, here's a flower. Ow, what was that? An old stem. So I think looks like we're kind of in the bud stage. Ouch! Get out of here. Don't pay any attention to this spot. This stuff was died off. I tried reseeding it, but I don't think it took. But here's what we gotta move. Okay, it's not that bad, but I've been kind of just putting it on pallets. Seems that looked like smoke. It's just a spider web, but I've just been putting it on pallets. So I think I'll continue on doing that. So my idea is, oh, maybe I should build this one up first. Maybe that's what I should do. These are on pallets already. I'm kind of thinking if I can get this built up somewhat. That bale's full of dirt for some reason, so I'm putting it on the bottom because I don't care what happens to it. If I can get this built up to a decent height, then I can back my stacker against that. Okay, we got that cleared up. So I should be able to fit about 900 bales in here, just stacking. I'm gonna try and get as close to that side as I can, because theoretically I would be able to put 2 wide in here, but because of those dumb things that I don't know if they even really do anything important, I can't. So we work with what we got. So, I don't know. I suppose the only thing left to do is to bale some straw. I got a good solid backstop right there. Next year I'm going to put boards across the back wall. And then I'll probably use, well, I'll continue using that side for round bales. I can fit about 40 or 50 in there, give or take. If I could find a decent 4-foot wide round baler, I could fit more in there, but those are hard to find too. So work with what we have, we shall. Yeah, that'll work. But now I need to unload the stack liner. The work does not end with these that's kind of why I'm considering pivoting more towards round bales, because I figured if I did, so I will have 53 acres of hay next year. So 53 times, say a first cutting you get, we'll say 3 bales an acre, that's 159 bales. So 100, and then second cutting is typically the same as first, so that's 318 bales. And then I say a third is usually a half of whatever second is. So 1.5 times 53 plus 318. I would have about 400 bales of round bales of hay if I round baled it all. However, I won't round bale at all. I will never round bale all of my hay. I will continue doing small squares. In what capacity, I don't know. Right now I'm thinking about half. So maybe do like first cutting small squares, and then do second cutting all rounds, and then do third cutting squares, maybe. We'll see. That would be close to half. Probably 60% of my hay would be squares, 60 to 70%. Good morrow. It's the next day. We are, well, took a little foray into baling straw. Started last night, I don't know, probably 5, 6 o'clock, and I made about 120 bales, problem free, and then Grandpa came and took over, and he made 2 bales, and then we started flying through shear bolts like they were going out of style. So he went home. I finished stacking what I could stack, or what I had, and I made about 130 bales total yet last night, which isn't many. Probably did about 3 acres. But I finished stacking and I came out and I fixed the baler and I hopped in the tractor and I went out and I tried it again. Same problem. I went through 2 shear bolts before deciding something's wrong. So I kept remembering the friend that I bought this from. I also learned that there's supposed to be little black bushings in there. He was telling me something when I first bought this baler, that if you start going through shear bolts a lot, like every few feet, he said there's something broken. Okay, so I started looking, and initially I thought, oh, this looks good, because I thought it was this spring. So that spring looks good. That spring's intact. And that spring's intact. Thought, well, why would they all be intact but still not working? So I started looking a little closer and I realized there's a second set. And this one, you might notice, is brand new. So I put that in, and it was broken. Sure enough, that thing was just flopping around. I don't know what exactly they do. I have no idea. But I know that when one breaks, it starts going through shear pins like there's no tomorrow. So we got it. We put a new shear bolt in, bailed up what was in the chamber or in the throat, and I'm gonna go start baling again. Try to. So see how it goes. All right, we are baling. Look at all those idiot cubes. Oh, the work. The stacker usually, I won't say it does, I'll say usually takes a lot of the work out of it. I still have to stack some, and I will have to stack straw because I'm not going to have enough storage to just stack. I'm hoping that next year maybe I can think about putting up a hay shed, and then I'll be able to just stack. But Grandpa's moving, so that's good. Hopefully, I found a couple shear pins right off the bat, but I replaced or placed both of them, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that it just comes together. So I don't know if I've talked about it before, really, or how it works or whatnot, but so this is my New Holland 1037 stack liner, or stack liner 1037. I believe this was like New Holland's premier model, so they made the most of this model, and it was kind of their main production. I think they made these things from like, I think the mid 80s, early to mid 80s to I think 2016. You can correct me if I'm wrong. 2016, the last one rolled out of production. It's seen some use. Overall, it's a good straight machine, but it's seen a lot of use. And this needs to be, hay gets jammed up where this is supposed to sit, and it doesn't sit down right, and then the bale struggles to get taken. But it's been good for me so far. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with the thing. Seems like when it works really good, it works really good. When it doesn't work at all, it really doesn't work at all. Kind of like anything, but it's the only thing it doesn't have, and I just learned, is there is a model, I believe it's a 1034, but it has a unload one bale at a time. So basically this table flips up, and that load rack pushes the bales until you get one stack, and then it drops down, and there's a chain back here that grabs those bales and it unloads them, so someone can grab them and start unloading. But I saw somebody using a grapple with that, so they'd get the bales down and then they'd come in with the grapple and they'd pluck them off and go right into their barn. Looked really slick. Kind of wish I had that one, but I don't. I have this one. This is what was available. Bought this from a friend, same friend that I got the baler from. He had a nicer square baler and a nicer stack liner. The price reflected that, but I believe his brother bought those two. So I bought I believe his other square baler had hydraulic tension, hydraulic pickup, all the goodies, where mine is all manual, no hydraulics, just a hitch and a PTO. And then this thing, which I don't know if there's really any difference between the two, but so what happens is this chute comes down, and when this chute is down, you drive alongside the bales, so the bales are right here, and the bale goes up into this chute and it lands and it gets carried away. So it does that 3 times, and then there's a trigger at the end of this table, and this whole table flips up and it drops them right here, and it does that 5 times, and once it gets to 5, that trigger lifts them up like that, and you do that 7 times, I believe. So there's 7 tiers, they're called. And then you can also use an auto tie function. So mine isn't working right. I need to oil up the linkage, and I'm gonna do that, so see if it works better. So basically you get your 3 bales up here, and then you pull your auto tie, and there's a set of kickers that kicks the one bale down to the center, and then it sends a spike. Yeah, this one. Kind of wondering if I can't move that, but it sends this spike up, and it goes into the bale, and then every 2 bales then, for, well, two lifts, there's a trigger that pops up, and 2 bales get pushed, and then you have a bale like this, a bale like this, and 2 like so. You can do a reverse tie where you basically, how does that work? You do I believe you do 3 normal tiers, and then you lift this table up, so those 3 tiers slide back. And then you can do your tie, and basically it does the opposite of the first way I showed you. But I had that on the 6155. I don't remember what I had for square baling videos last year, but I had that tractor on the small square baler because to me it just made sense. Smaller, less horsepower, less weight. It would work better on the square baler. It didn't. It was miserable. The air conditioning doesn't work really, so I was square baling without air and it was hot. And then I put the 6155 on the stacker, and that was even more miserable. You can't see the chute. The 3-point would hit the panels. The chute would actually hit one of the tires if you were getting a little too sharp. So now we put the 6155 on the baler and the 2096 on the stacker, and that has worked so much better. We're stacking. I've got 315 bales put up and about 1,100 to go. Oh, look at all those puppies. I don't know if you can really make them out. So you level up with your bale. Oh, why that gets so funky? Of course, it's not going to do it right. Sometimes you can get away with. Yep, that's the first table. It's struggling with this. Struggling with this. Oh, there she went. It's struggling with this wheel track. Okay, I want to put you down. Alright, we're back. I just stopped to grab something to eat quick. I'm having issues with my pickup chute, so I think I'm just gonna have to leave it down the rest of the time. It's just the cylinder is in desperate need of a new seal. So we'll have to try and fix that. Oh. I figure I have about 625 bales put up. So that leaves me with about 800 left. Why do I do this to myself? ways. So like I've talked about before, trying to figure out which way we want the farm to go. I really am thinking maybe do more round bales, and then for, shoot. Who builds a tractor without cup holders? And we're off. And then for straw, I'll just focus on small spars.